What happens to your money if your financial advisor leaves or passes away? Now, maybe you're in a position where you have an existing relationship with a financial advisor and you suddenly are feeling concerned. You worry that in the event of this advisor not being around, what takes place with your money? What happens to you in the future? What happens to your family in the future? Or maybe you're in a position where you want to engage with a new financial advisor, but you're feeling uncertain. You're insecure about the fact that the advisor might not be in the profession for a long time. Or again, if this advisor passes away, what happens at that time? Now, I want you to know that it's completely normal because but as human beings, we don't like change. We want to know that we have some kind of assurance, we've got some type of structure, and there's someone that we can depend on who is handling something like this, especially when it comes to your finances, because it pretty much affects every aspect of your life. Now, I'm Devanaika, and I help government employees and individuals about to retire live the best life possible with the money they have. And today I'm sharing with you the secret on how you can continue to have what I call empowerment, right? How can you still continue to have that control over your finances, even if your advisor is not around with you? Now, it's amazing how often I have this question asked to me whenever I have a government employee or even an individual needing assistance with retirement. There's always this concern, right? And I understand it because you've saved a huge amount of money. Maybe it's the most amount of money that you've ever had. And you want to make sure that that money lasts you as long as you live. Now, I want to liken the experience that you have here with that of a doctor, right? Because we know it's a medical profession. When you're engaging with your GP, you're not really going for a one-off experience, am I right? You're focusing on going for a long term. You generally want to build a long-term relationship with that person. You want to know that she's going to be around for a long period, that you can count on her as long as you are in that specific area, or maybe as long as you need to, right? Because again, we don't like change, right? You want to know you can go to the same GP all the time. So the same applies with the financial advisor. It's just that we're human. And just like the GP, at some point in time, the GP could retire, the GP could relocate, or your GP could pass away. And the same could happen to your financial advisor. So the thing that you connected with here is more the relationship that you're building, right? It's a relationship of trust. And again, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can continue that. So I hope the example makes sense. The first thing that I want to tell you is that your money is safe, provided you're doing what I'm telling you now, right? So let's take a look at the system. We are, now you got to bear with me because I'm not very good with drawing. Yeah, my little girl's amazing with art, but I'm not good. So I'm drawing all stick figures for you today. So let's represent you here. And you've got some money, right? You've got a pool of money that you've got to invest. And this could be from your retirement capital or whatever investment or plans that you've got in place. Now, I want you to know when you are approaching an insurance company or when you're approaching an insurance consultant, which I'm going to represent here. This is the insurance company. Your money is actually going to that insurance company, right? So I want you to see this. It's going to that insurance company. They are investing this. So this could be in some type of investment that you have. Maybe it's a retirement annuity, a unit trust, an endowment, a living annuity. The name of the investment doesn't really matter, but you actually moving funds into that type of investment. Now, in between there, the insurance company itself as a company, they're not going to be giving you financial advice. They're not going to be helping you with your taxes. They're not going to be telling you the difference of the products because the insurance company merely supplies the product itself, right? The example I can use with you is let's think about you wanting to purchase a vehicle and whichever brand of vehicle you want to purchase, right? It could be Mercedes or BMW or Toyota. You don't have Mercedes, BMW, Toyota selling you the car. They always have a consultant who understands the car and is going to be giving you guidance. So the same here, and this is where I'm drawing my next stick figure. And let's say this represents me. So I'm assisting you with the advice. Now, the key thing that I want you to know here is if I'm giving you advice, I'm basically helping you in terms of tax planning. I'm helping you in terms of your investment strategies. How do you protect your capital? Or I'm just making sure that your finance is secure, right? Whatever it is that's important to you, I'm taking the time to listen to you and then create something that is suitable. Now, notice the insurance company is not going to do that because their main focus is supplying, their job is to supply the product, right? They're supplying the vehicle itself, they're supplying the product. It's my role or your financial advisor's role to provide you with information, to listen to your specific set of circumstances, and then create something with the insurance company that addresses whatever those needs that you have. Now, that is critically important. I'm going to repeat it, right? My job is not to sell you a policy, it's not to sell you an investment, right? The role of the financial planner or financial advisor is to listen to what it is that you are experiencing, listen to what it is that you're trying to achieve, and then create a solution for you based on different products. Now, why this is key is sometimes we might need an insurance company product, and sometimes we might not. Now, I know it seems weird because you're watching a video on financial planning, and I'm telling you that we don't always use an insurance company because financial planning shouldn't be limited to a financial product. That's not the reason why you're doing it. You want to get to some peace of mind. And usually, if you're retiring or you're resigning from GEPF, it's because you want to ensure that you have enough capital, right? You never run out. So along the way, I might recommend a bank account, right? A bank investment. And usually, I actually do this for every single individual who is retiring. And the reason that I do this is you want to create some type of liquidity. Now, notice again here, your money is never with the financial advisor. And this is why I'm doing the video for you, right? So that I want you to see your money is safe. You would never exchange funds with your financial advisor. So you're not taking your capital and going straight to your financial advisor. It's always going to the insurance company. It's always going to a bank account or whichever investment that you are following, right? Based on the guidance or advice that you're getting from me or your financial advisor. So the first thing I want you to know is money is safe. The next thing that I want you to know is from your relationship perspective, right? The relationship itself doesn't rest with the insurance company. It's not resting with the bank account. That's not where the relationship is. The relationship is resting with a financial advisor because you are now trusting me that I have listened to you, that I have taken your specific circumstances into account, and that I have given you the best possible product, right? You're trusting me with that. The insurance company didn't really sit in the conversation. They're merely supplying the vehicle. So what you're looking to do here is you want to preserve the relationship. And this is why you have this insecurity about what would happen with the financial advisor if they leave, because you've built a relationship with someone. You see, you built a relationship with me, you know me, you trust me. And especially when it comes to financial services, it's hard to create the trust because it's not something tangible. You cannot see financial advice, you cannot touch it. It's not like you buying a vehicle where you can see if there's something wrong or something needs to be exchanged. You can quickly go in to have it sorted out. Here, we only get to see the results of this after, right? There's certain ways you can protect that though, but usually you get to see the effects or the impacts of the financial advice in time to come, right? This is where you get to see, hey, the advice was good and you're getting tax refunds, or the advice was good and you're paying less in tax, or the advice was good and now your capital is growing. So what you're aiming at protecting here is the relationship. And this is why you have this concern, especially if you have a financial advisor who's done good for you, right? Who's helped you change over your thinking, who's shown you different things, who's helped you to get your goals in alignment, who's giving you hope that the things that you're wanting to achieve can all be done. Now you definitely don't want to cause a strain or lose that relationship. So the next thing that I want to tell you is from a compliance perspective, right? So the financial services protector is heavily or professionally is heavily regulated. From a compliance perspective, we have to have, as financial planners, we've got to have a succession plan. Right? We must have a succession plan. What the succession plan is entailing is what happens in the event of the financial advisor leaving the practice, being disabled, being passing away, but unable to continue working. What happens in that case? Now, what the succession plan does is it basically outlines what would take place. Maybe there's a new advisor that steps in who can continue to service the business, but there's all types of structures. Now, I want you to know again, it doesn't matter whether your financial advisor is in-house, meaning part of the insurance company, or running as a separate practice, right? So could be independent, right? Now, either way, the financial advisor will still have a succession plan. And just on that note, I want to share something else with you. If your concern is around the financial advisor running his own practice, right? So let's take myself, for example. I'm running my own practice. So it's a private practice. I'll put that in here. Notice what's taking place. The money is still not coming to my private practice, right? It's still going to the insurance company. Now, there's two things. You could have a financial advisor or planner who is independent, running a private practice, or you could have a financial advisor that's working for an insurance company, right? In either case, it's not the insurance company coming to meet with you to give you the advice. Your relationship is being built with your financial advisor. It doesn't necessarily mean that now that you have someone who works for an insurance company, it's going to be smooth sailing afterwards. Because even in terms of a succession plan, which is available on both sides, you still now have to depend on the relationship with the new person, you see? Because now you'll have a new financial advisor who steps in to offer you assistance. Now, you don't know what the relationship would be like, right? Because it's somebody new. Think of it like this. Imagine you have been with your GP for 10, 20, 30 years, and suddenly your GP is retiring or your GP is not available. Now, to get to the next GP, it's not that there's no GPs in the country, there's always a GP, right? It's just that now we have to sort of create a new relationship. So there's no assurance either way that the relationship's going to be strong. So now I want to share with you how I approach this. How I approach it is I'm always looking to establish a relationship, right? So let's say you and I are connecting and I'm assisting you with your financial planning. My goal is to establish a relationship because I want something long term, because I know whatever I can do for you right now to solve a particular problem right now, there would be another problem coming up in the future, or there might be multiple issues that come up in the future, or perhaps you might have a specific need right now, but there are other areas that require attention in order for you to grow wealth. Or if nothing else, I still want to make sure that whatever solution I've created for you, I'm monitoring it on a regular basis so that you're getting to the result where you want to go, right? It's not a quick fix. There's no a pill that you can take that immediately gets you to where you want to be. This is something that happens over a period of time. So I'm always focusing on relationship. But also my purpose behind doing a YouTube video, especially something like this, is I want to do something like this. I want my vision to last long, right? And I want to teach empowerment. I want to get you to a point where you are in full control of your finance. So yes, you're still going to need some support from me in terms of tax planning. Things change, right? Every year the taxes change, your circumstances might change. So this is why the relationship is still key, but you know your situation best. So imagine if you leaned on me for financial advice. Yes, I'm going to give you the best guidance in terms of tax and all of those structures. But imagine if you could have a simple or basic understanding of it, right? If I empower you with the knowledge, so then you start to see things the way I'm seeing it. And when you see things the way I'm seeing it, and I've seen this countless times, right, with the clients that I've helped, see, you are in control. And that's ultimately what you want, right? You don't want to form a dependency on your financial advisor. You don't want to be dependent on your financial advisor. You want to be in control. You want to be empowered. When you start to see things in this way, I promise you, finance takes a different picture. You don't have to know tax laws. You don't have to know the Income Tax Act, nothing like that. But you just want to know that you're in control. So when you put your head down to sleep, you know you've got peace of mind that your money is there and everything is secure. So on my end, I teach this from the perspective of empowerment. All the YouTube videos are designed to give you value. It's designed to break down your limiting beliefs, help you to see your full potential, right? And get you back in that feeling place of having control. So what happens in the event of what happens to your money when your financial advisor leaves or if your financial advisor passes away? You can see your money is always protected because it's sitting with an insurance company. Just if you happen to move to a new advisor, remember your money might not necessarily be tied with an insurance company. So you can always change this. You want to have things that are flexible, right? Again, this is where you are being in control. When you're starting the relationship with a financial advisor in the beginning, I understand from a trust perspective that takes time. Again, all the videos on the YouTube channel that we have here will help to show you what steps you need to put in place in order to establish trust with your financial advisor. And once you set things up like this, you can then, and now that you know this video, you can start to make inquiries with your financial advisor. Can you give me information about your succession plan so that you have an understanding as to what takes place, right? At the end of the day, I want you to know that your money is always protected. It's always safe. You're not really, the concern here is not so much around the insurance company, but more the relationship that you have with your financial advisor. So as much as possible, try and learn, try and understand how the financial advisor is thinking. So then it puts you in a position of control where you know you can take full power of your finances. Great. So I want you to post in the comments below, share with me what's been your key takeaways, right? And also when it comes to the relationship with your financial advisor, is there anything else that concerns you? Let me know so that I can help you by creating a YouTube video. You can post in the comment below so that I'm aware of it. And if you've not already done so, I want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel so that I'm able to provide you with the latest videos as soon as we put them out. And if you know of someone who's needing some type of support or needs some assistance with a financial advisor, but has this fear of starting the relationship, then I encourage you to share the video with them. Remember, the more we help others, the more we help ourselves.